Now the importance of merit in the national movement.
Sir, the very first war of independence, that is the revolt of 1857. It was started from Meerut.
Nepotism in the Indian political system. What's your take on it?
Sir, if we talk about nepotism, it gives advantage to certain people.
Okay, recently you have seen rupee has depreciated. Not only rupee, most of the currencies of the world, they have depreciated against dollar. What are the major reasons behind that?
Due to COVID-19, the major slowdown has been seen in the economies and also the inflation, and the main country which is seeing all these reforms is US. So the US economy is somewhere leading towards recession right now, and also the prevalent inflation which is there. These are the basic points which are responsible for the rupee depreciation.
Good morning. Have your seat.
Thank you, sir.
Taskeen Khan. 3 products for which Meerut is famous.
Sir, firstly, it is famous for sports goods.
Okay.
Secondly, for musical instruments.
Okay.
And scissors.
Scissors. Okay. Now the importance of Meerut in the national movement.
Sir, the very first war of independence, that is the revolt of 1857. It was started from Meerut. Also, various revolutionaries in the movement itself, like KARDAM Singh, they were from Meerut.
Anything else very specific about the Meerut?
Sir, I cannot recall right
You don't recall. Okay, now you just tell us that where do we stand, India, vis-a-vis the Western countries as far as the social security is concerned?
now. Sir, social security for everyone.
Yes.
Sir, going by stakeholder approach, if we see about the social security which is available for the laborers, so right now we are moving ahead in that direction. For example, we have come out with the labor codes in which we are giving social security to the unorganized sector. If we talk about women, still a lot has to be done, because still we see that there are a lot of issues when it comes to the security of women. The recent incidents like Kanjiwala incidents and other things, they have somewhere prompted us that we have to do a lot in this direction.
Okay, anything else? More details about it? About the old age pensions and about the medical security, health security,
Sir, health security is...
security to the vulnerable sections,
Old age.
old age I mentioned.
Sir, for the old age, what we need is that we have the pension schemes. And now we are going for the new pension scheme also. But what I feel is that more than pension, we have to ensure more inculcation of old age into the mainstream. And we need to have a pattern of new socialization, I would say, for the old age people. Because that is the age when they feel most isolated. So something which is more secure is organizing something where they can communicate or something like that. Also, as you mentioned about the health security,
We are talking about old age.
Yes, sir.
What is your view, the old age pension vis-a-vis the old age home? Which one is better? Or what are the plus and minuses?
Sir, both have to go hand in hand. Because old age, I would say it is a stage of life when someone expects that you have to be surrounded with the people. And in that scenario, you have to be economically independent also. So yes, pension is something which is important. Vis-a-vis, we should also go for old age homes, because that is a place where they are provided with that environment where they can actually communicate with the people who are somewhere on the same stage with them.
I just want to ask you regarding your opinion on recently wrestler controversy and what it affects on the society and games, as you are a game like in sports.
Sir, it was a very unfortunate event that whatever security issues regarding women they have come out, and the more investigation has to be done on that issue right now. So it would be very early to know that what opinion shall we make on that issue.
What you say about recently Bollywood boycott issue?
So yes, there are voices which are coming up which are saying that we should go for a boycott of Bollywood. But we have seen a new era of audience also who are somewhere more aware of the world cinema now as OTT has come out. And we can see this in that direction also, that maybe there are some movies or majority of movies of Bollywood who are coming on big screens, they may in a way they are not serving to that particular creativity which Indian audiences are looking now. So maybe in that direction, if audiences are boycotting the movies, that if they are not serving the purpose or the creativity which they want, then it's right. But otherwise, if it has some propaganda behind it, then we have to manage it.
And one last question. What do you think, how social media is affecting our society and our choice pattern?
So the very algorithms which social media is giving us, and in this way, it is somewhere predicting our choices. That if someone has searched that, maybe the next thing she can or he can like this. So in a way, yes, our society, our choices are very much being predicted by the social media. But I would say that it is all about how we are using it. So if we are using it in a limit, then I would say that there is a particular restriction which social media and we ourselves can put on ourselves.
Thank you. Sir, please.
Yes, Taskeen.
Yes, sir.
Taskeen, you are from Dehradun,
Sir, I was born and brought up in Dehradun.
in Meerut. Anyways, so you have connection with Dehradun.
Yes, sir.
Recently, Joshimath was in news.
Yes, sir. It lies in zone 5 of earthquake seismic zone when we talk about. And also the Himalayas, they are in nascent stage and the rocks are very much unconsolidated over there. So that is why it was said that it is sinking.
Do you think, Taskeen, that government should take some important major steps to avoid such events in future, especially for the area which lies in the seismic zones?
So the very first thing is that the identification of such areas, that which areas are exactly vulnerable to such hazards. And after identification, we need to map out that how we can actually prevent such incidents by making early warning system available. And also in Dehradun, we are having, in Nainital especially, we are coming out with Doppler weather radar and other early warning systems which are giving us the real-time scenario. With this, we also have to look on the humanitarian aspect of this issue. We have to make arrangements for the rehabilitation of the people, and also we have to make our security forces and all the other rehabilitative forces that much sensitive that they can actually persuade people to come out from that situation and to relocate at somewhere else.
Good. What is your take on cultural drain? What it is?
So cultural?
Cultural drain in society because of globalization.
So globalization has, in a way, has led to some kind of, I would say, a cultural drain when it comes to our traditional values. But also it has led to cultural inculcation because global cultures are now getting integrated and there is an exchange of values which is happening. So I would say that in a way our traditional values, for example, the traditional systems, particularly if we talk about the caste system, it is not that much stringent now. So in a way that yes, it has led to the cultural drain as you were talking about, but also cultural integration.
Okay. Second last question. Nepotism in Indian political system. What's your take on that?
So if we talk about nepotism, yes, it gives advantage to certain people to come out and have that experience to actually know about the politics and know about the people. But I would say that politics is something where everyone should have that equal footing and people should come out with the representatives which people are choosing. So I would say that Indian system itself has developed that democracy, that people can choose their representatives in a way. So yes, nepotism is there, and but more focus should be on the democracy, how they are choosing their representatives.
Right. How to make awareness among the people, criminalization in politics, it is very much prevalent in all party system. What awareness you will give as a youth? Suppose you are an editor, you want to give awareness to the electors. What you will do and how?
So the first thing is that
As an editor.
as an editor, sir, as an editor, my job would be to publish articles which are non-partisan and which are giving the real picture of whatever is happening in the country. Plus, as an editor, it is my responsibility to present both the sides of the issue, and then not persuade in a say people, but to aware them that these are the things which are happening in your country. These are their pros and cons. Now you decide what you have to do.
But still they like that. Why?
So there can be a thing that yes, propagandizing and vote-based mobilization is happening in India, but yet Indian democracy has been successful in last 75 years. So we should trust on our people.
So, last question. Whether art impacts life or life impacts art?
Sir, both goes hand in hand. For example, in my life, art has been very important aspect. And if we talk about life impacting art, so some people, they throughout the period of their life, they while spending half of their life, they realize that they have interest in some art. For example, my mother, she thought that initially she was not that much inculcated towards acting, but when she turned around 45, she came to know that she's very much interested in that, and then she started taking parts in theaters and all. So I would say that both impact each other.
You must have heard about Kantara controversy.
So which one?
Kantara film
No,
in
sir.
controversy.
Sir, I know that there is a movie, but I don't know what exactly is the controversy associated with that.
Okay, there was controversy in Pathan also.
Yes, sir, regarding the name and the song.
Have you seen that movie?
No, sir, not
Must
yet.
see it.
Sure.
Thank
Sir.
you.
Okay, very soon budget is going to come,
Yes, sir.
and one day before, economic survey will be presented.
Yes, sir.
So what exactly the basic difference between these two documents, budget and survey?
Sir, economic survey in a sense is a philosophical document which talks about the government policies and what should be their direction. And budget is a document which talks about what government has done yet and what it has to do in the coming year and how much allocation has to be done for that, and also what revenue and expenditure the government has
So it
done.
means both for the future?
Sir, I would not say that both are for future. There are references from the past also in the economic survey. It talks about what learnings shall we get from the past and how we can use them for the future.
So budget is for the past or for the future?
So budget is generally for the future. But yes, there are references like how much revenue we have generated from this sector, and also this talks about the past year.
Okay, can you tell me what are the current sources of financing the budget?
Sir, I'm not able to recall right now.
What about fiscal deficit?
Sir, fiscal deficit. Sir, I'm not able to recall the exact figure. right
Okay,
now.
can you differentiate between privatization and disinvestment?
Yes, sir. So disinvestment is a process in which government transfers the management as well as some shares to the private sector. As well as in privatization, the whole company or the firm is laid open for the private sector.
Suppose कि one PSU's 51% share was sold to private sector, so it will come under disinvestment or privatization.
Sir, it will come under
51%.
disinvestment.
And what about 49%?
Sir, it will also come under
What
disinvestment.
about 10%?
Sir, it will also come under
And what is
disinvestment.
privatization exactly?
So privatization is the 100% control.
So that is called completely privatized?
Yes, sir.
Can it be privatized privately? Yeah, partially?
Sir, yes, PPP model is there, public-private partnership model.
Okay, you must have heard economic reform of 91. So what exactly the meaning of the word reform?
So reforms are about what are the new changes which we are trying to bring in the system. For example, earlier we were a bit restrictive and then we have turned into a more liberalized economy. So it's about what new changes we are bringing in.
But if you go through the newspaper on daily basis, you can see some changes. Can they be called reform?
So reform has a positive connotation also.
Okay, LP, you must have heard.
Yes, sir.
So what is the difference between liberalization and privatization?
Sir, liberalization is a system or a process in which we are making our economy more open for the investments and more open to the economically we are making it more liberal in a way. And privatization.
For example?
Sir, for example, the MRTP Act which we were having earlier, we have laid off the restrictions and we have started inviting more FDI and FII to our economy.
But MRTP Act was abolished way back in 2003 and the reform is of 91.
Yes, sir. Sir, I would say that 1990s was the era where we were going through this process of reforms, and 1991 was the point where we initiated these reforms, and all that time and till now we are following those reforms and we are trying to liberalize more and more.
So what is your opinion about the next budget? Government should go for investment-led recovery or consumption-led recovery?
Sir, both has to be focused equally. Due to COVID, our economy has faced a lot, so we need investments, and also at the same time we have to make sure that demand is enough in our economy so that investors can come in.
Okay, recently you have seen rupee has depreciated. Not only rupee, most of the currencies of the world, they have depreciated against dollar. What are the major reasons behind that?
Sir, due to COVID-19, the major slowdown has been seen in the economies and also the inflation, and the main country which is seeing all these reforms is US. So the US economy is somewhere leading towards recession right now, and also the prevalent inflation which is there. These are the basic points which are responsible for the rupee depreciation.
Yeah, I'm concerned with the post-Ukraine war. After that, currencies have depreciated.
Yes, sir, that is
what
also
is the main
a
reason
reason.
behind that?
Sir, after the Ukrainian war, the energy prices have gone up. So now the import price has become high. So because of that, a country's import bill has also going up. So we are seeing a sort of economic crisis in Bangladesh, in Sri Lanka because of this.
Okay, in the recently USA blamed it has exported inflation throughout the world. Can you say something about that?
Sir, US currency, that is dollar, is the world reserve currency. So in a way that if the dollar value is going up, then the other currencies vis-a-vis, their value will come down. So USA is trying to be restrictive in its economy now. The interest rates, they are making their interest rates more lower so that the FII can come back. And this is the way in which FII from India also, they are going back to US. And the value of rupee is depreciating because of that.
So why FII, they are taking money out from Indian market?
So because they are the interest rates which they are going the interest rates which India was offering on their money was lower, and USA is offering them a higher interest rate. The return on interest, I would say. Return on investment, sorry, sir.
Very good. Now, after the war, one name became very prominent, Swift Channel.
Suez
What is
Canal,
that?
yes,
Swift
sir.
Channel.
Sir, Suez Canal was...
Swift, S-W-I-F-T.
I'm so sorry, sir.
Swift Channel.
Sir, I've heard of it. Sir, can I guess about
Yes, you
this
can guess.
thing? Sir, what I can recall is that... Sir, I remember Swift messaging app, but not the Swift
Okay,
Channel.
how many currencies right now officially they can be called hard currencies?
What can be called?
How many currencies are there in the list of hard currency
Hard currency.
officially?
Sir, 5 currencies are there. Dollar, Euro, Renminbi of China, and Yen of Japan, and one more is there. Sir,
Which was the weakest among these five?
Sir, I'm not aware of that.
Right. So,
So, एक question. One
Yes.
question. Recently, there was some issue, Gyanavapi issue, right? And what do you think there should be? What steps should be taken to avoid such issues in future?
So the very first thing is that it has to come from the society, the acceptance and the accommodation. And in this way, we have to somewhere go for the stakeholder approach. The political leaders, they have to become a bit more sensitive about what they are saying.
Were they
And
not this time?
sir, I would say that yes, they are sensitive, but there is more need to be more sensitive about the diverse culture which we are having in India. And somewhere we have to ensure that all the people who are living around us, they are accommodative of each other, they respect each other's values. It can be done by incorporating technology and television and social media into that, by propagating programs like Bharat Ek Khoj and the common culture which we all share. So giving importance to that common culture and giving less importance to our religious and other values and performing them in the personal arena, and not harming our national interest based on these values. In this way we can deal with that.
Last question. See, status of Muslim women in India, and let me know what it is. What's your take on that?
Sir, I would say that yes, some women are coming up and they are taking economic and educational opportunities, but still on ground level we lack a lot. Women are the kind of, I would say, majority culture which is prevailing on ground. It is not promoting education as much. The families are not letting their girls to come out. The girls who are coming out, they are again restricted by so many social norms. So somewhere we have to work on ground. But again, I would say that some women are trying to come out of that.
What can be done? Suppose you are a chief secretary, and you have been asked to make a project on that. What are you going to do?
Sir, firstly, I would like to promote the education among them, and I will try to ensure by communicating with their families that girls are coming out. I can give them examples of the women who have came out.
But Taskeen, this has been done in the past as well. Something new I want from you. What can be done?
Sir, I would say that communication at the ground level is very much important. What we are doing is maybe we can focus on infrastructure, on accessibility, maybe appointing women teachers so that they can be more comfortable in coming out for education. But on the ground level, we have to reach to them. And by reaching to them, we have to ensure that they are listening to us and their voices are also being heard by us.
Does the religious leaders can do something?
So religious leaders have very important role to play in this, because people listen to them and majority of people in India listen to them. So if we can rope them into this awareness policy, then we can go for that.
But they are in favor of that really?
Sir, again, this work has to come with the persuasion skills. We have to talk to them. And Madrasa education is already being promoted. But what we have to focus is that Madrasa education is actually combined with the mainstream education. And more technology can be roped in so that people who are there studying in madrasas, they can also get access to this upgraded education.
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay, just one last question. As you are having some interest in the dramas and theatre,
Yes.
who is the present the director of the National School of Drama?
Sir, Paresh Rawal.
Paresh Rawal. Okay. Any film which you like of the Paresh Rawal?
Sir, Hera Pheri is
Hera
very
Pheri.
nice.
Okay, good.